Hi everyone, and welcome to module number 7 in our course on learner-centered pedagogies and project-based learning. In this module, we're going to be spending some time exploring how you can apply what we've learned so far within your own context. And you're going to be designing and planning your own project, designing some learning, grappling with your curriculum, exploring how you can use what we have learned so far, the approaches that we've discussed within your own setting. This module is all about your project design. Let's have a look at some of the different intentions that we have for this module. You are going to be working with others to create a project plan which demonstrates learner-centered pedagogies. Perhaps you're going to be engaging in some discussion and collaboration with a teammate or somebody at your school, another colleague or another teacher. You're going to be using hexagonal mapping to represent links within your curriculum. This is a tool that we've already explored and discussed as part of your toolkit. And we're going to be using hexagons to map different parts of your curriculum. You're also going to be having a bit of time being able to take stock, share concerns, ask for help, and engage with the wider community and the other people that are participating in the course. Let's have a look then at this lesson 7.1. We're going to get into talking about what is it that you're going to be working on. I'm going to give you a quick outline as to the different parts of this module before we get into too much of the detail. Lesson 7.1 is a bit of an introduction. Okay, our process of project-based learning is focused on these 3 phases. And you're going to be designing a project that you're going to do with your students in your subject using these 3 phases as your guide. We've got provocations and stories and data maybe to gather for the time when your students are staying curious. You're going to be using opportunities to represent their learning and build and create things so they can get critique during the creative phase. And I want you to consider how can you design an opportunity for your students to plan, pitch, and maybe publish some of their ideas to a different audience. And that's that opportunity to take action, to do something about the challenges that you're grappling with within your community. This is our structure that we're going to take. You're going to design a sequence of learning that follows this structure, these 3 different phases. It might be across a term, it might be across a short project. You can use different amounts of time for each of them, depending on how much opportunity you have for your planning and for your design. In the remainder of this module, you're going to spend time working on 2 different activities to do with your project planning. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to work on creating a hexagonal curriculum map. And as we mentioned before, this is this opportunity to take hexagons, capture parts of our planning. Maybe it's a curriculum outcome. Maybe it's a skill that you need to work on. Maybe it's an activity. Maybe something of a disposition or a mindset you need to take. And you're going to map those different ideas together. Like the example that you can see, this was taken from last year's workshop when I was in Port Moresby, and you can see how this teacher has mapped different parts of their thinking. You can see that they've got doing a little bit of work on biology, looks like a science focus, and they're mapping some of their ideas together. And this is the sort of thing that you're going to do. You're going to map your curriculum and your ideas together, and you're going to create a little project map that shows what you're working on during the time of the project. The second part that you're going to work on during your project plan is a project poster, a way of communicating some of the other aspects of the actual project. It's almost like one of our sketch notes or an infographic, a poster that represents some of the other ideas to do with project-based learning and learner-centered pedagogies. In here, you might represent how you're going to give your students choice, or how you might be aligned to some of the other principles of a learner-centered approach. And we're going to use a poster sort of format to present to others and share with others so that we can get some feedback as well. These are the 2 main parts of our planning. And obviously it gives us a good overview of the types of work that we're doing, and it gives you an opportunity to explore different ideas for your project that you might do with your students. And it should go in line with some of the actual planning and development that you do when you're developing your own curriculum work. In the rest of the module, we're going to be focusing on these two aspects. And the first one that we're going to be looking at is a hexagonal curriculum map, and I'm going to be showing you how to create one of those.